What is up, my fellow warbirds, aka the War Eagles, back with another video. This time we're taking a look at the Ah-1Z, or Z for you British people. Now, this is one aircraft I'll admit I've kind of struggled with for a while. And you're probably thinking, but AK, it's got so many missiles, how can you struggle with it? Well, just because it has a lot of weapons doesn't mean that it's going to be great every single time. I've noticed that this is a very situational glass cannon kind of aircraft. In this match, I managed to get an ace, spoiler alert, by killing 5 tanks on the ground. But I can't seem to do that every single match. Here's the thing. It's very situational because you'll notice in this match I'm allied with Russia, I'm allied with Britain, and of course USA. Meaning I'm facing Germany and Italy in this match. That being said, I'm not facing the dreaded Ka-50 that the Russians have, meaning I don't have to worry about getting sniped from long range with their Vickers missiles. That's one positive. Second situational positive. I'm on the map Middle East, meaning tanks are going to be out in the open, but helicopters can hide behind this mountain up here. There's not many maps that are, in my opinion, suited for helicopters. This is one of them. Because most maps, you know, it's like you'll get, if you're playing a helicopter, you have to go up, you have to be able to see them through things like buildings, trees, and things like that. That, or, you know, it's such flat area, you just get picked off by enemy AA or other enemy helicopters. So, to play this aircraft, it's really kind of a perfect storm situation. So even though it has, you know, just a lot of missiles, you can't guarantee that you're going to do great every single time. Plus, not to mention, unlike other aircraft at its BR, it doesn't have, you know, all the infrared protection systems. Sure, it has flares, and if you shoot rockets or missiles at it, its flares are going to go off. But it can still be locked on pretty easily, unlike other helicopters. So anyway, on with the mission. As stated before, this was just the perfect storm to at least be able to do good in. So I come up onto this mountain, throw up my thermals, and behold, the smorgasbord. I lock onto this one. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's a leopard out of the game. I'm looking around trying to find my next target. I'm also trying to stay hidden. And one thing I've noticed that on this map, I also tended to lock more onto the ground at some points. So at some points I do miss when I shouldn't have. So anyway, second target down. And this is going to be one of those moments where I mentioned about the locking onto the ground even though it doesn't look like it. You'll notice in the bottom of the screen with the blinking bar, it's kind of fluctuating between being able to lock onto the vehicle and lock onto the ground. So at this point, you know, I throw my missiles out, and unfortunately it's not going to connect because it's pretty much pile driving into the ground. I realize that now, and in the future, you know, that's something I'll work on. So I pull up, get a third lock, and unfortunately I go back down again, so the laser's once again going into the ground. And I'm just going to end up hitting the ground with those missiles. I learned from this, though. And hopefully you guys will too, if you guys ever decide to play this. So I get another lock onto this guy. And deleted. Alright, what's next? How about this guy right here? Locked on. Missiles are out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah, come on. Only a crit, really? So anyway, I decided it would be better to go for a different guy than try to shoot through a smoke or something. So I lock onto this Centauro. And he's going to get pooped on. Yeah, here's the thing. If you end up getting a crit at this BR, just go ahead and try to target something else if you can. Because they're going to throw up smoke, and you can't shoot through the smoke most of the time. So anyway, I throw up my missiles, and that allied fighter tries to bomb him, which luckily stops him, but I end up getting the kill. And boom, just like that, 5 kills in a row. I definitely could have had more if I had, noticed that I was ended up just shooting my 4 of my missiles into the ground. But c'est la vie. So anyway, at this point I'm going to RTB, but by the time I get back to the base, the mission's going to be over. So yeah, what are my thoughts on this aircraft? It's a nice little change of pace. I definitely don't think, though, that the Ah-1Z is overpowered by any means because of the aforementioned things. You've got to deal with, most of the time, you got to deal with things like the Ka-50, which is, they're not even going to go for tanks. They're just going to, swipe enemy helicopters out of the sky. Basically just ruin your day. You also have to have, just the perfect map. Like Middle East, Sands of Sinai. Maps like that are perfect for helicopters. Things like Mozdok and Normandy, they're just terrible because you got to shoot through trees and are pretty much on flat terrain, meaning you're going to get killed. So, plus not to mention, the Ah-1Z is a tech tree aircraft, meaning you actually have to sit down and research the dang thing. So do I think it's overpowered? No. If anything, I know that it has a lot of power behind it. But again, it's very situational. This is not an aircraft, in my opinion, that you can just take out and, like the Ka-50, and just do good 100% of the time. But overall, I have to say, you get situations like this, and it actually really is enjoyable. In fact, this was actually my second ace that I managed to get in this thing. If you guys want to see the first one, let's get up to 15 likes on this video, and I'll post a video on the first ace for this helicopter that I got. Anyway, if you guys like what you saw, don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below on what else you guys want to see. Don't forget to also join Discord. Link to that is in the description below. And as always, I hope you guys have enjoyed.